Konnichiwa, everyone. Happy August 9th. August. The day after the new moon in Leo. Yesterday, Sunday, 8/8/21. And so thank you so much for joining me as we've been doing for I would say the past 2 months or so. About 2 months. We've been practicing together every morning on Mondays around 9 and setting up the intention to set up our space to practice going within, tuning in to our own voice of our intuition, and also taking a moment to sort of set our intentions for the week as well. And also looking into what energies, what messages we are being guided towards receiving. And so I find that today, I think that's just going to run a little bit different, where first of all, just talking about the new moon and the energies leading prior to that lunation cycle and the days following after. It's not just on that specific day. When you go through a new moon cycle, it'll last for about 4 weeks in terms of the lessons of growth that we have plenty of time to work on. And with this new moon Leo, if you saw my post yesterday, or if you subscribed, you received that email about the new moon Leo energy message, as well as the oracle message that I read through, as well as a recommended essential oil to play with, right? And I actually shared with you guys a quote there that I saw on just passed through but really resonated, and taking it from my perspective and seeing it not as something to kind of approach it from a sort of rough energy, but more as a way to take in and kind of use it to encourage you, right? Because that's what the whole fire element is we have this inner flame within us, and we use it to create, we use it to transform and transmute. And the message that I shared was, we're here not to awaken or feed the sheep that are asleep, but to awaken the lions within us all. And the way I took it is more in the essence that, we're here doing work, self-growth, taking care of ourselves, whether it be at the physical level, mental, emotional, or spiritual. Hello, good morning, Barbara. Whatever level of work you're doing, the essence is that you're doing it for a growth, you're doing it for a change, you're doing it to see some sort of fruit of labor, right? To be produced and experienced in your life. And so when we say, we're here to feed the lion within us all, it's that inner warrior, your higher self, not the part of you that perhaps is attached to old storylines in terms of shamanic perspective. There's stories, there's energies, hi, good morning, that perhaps have always put a sort of layer on us from seeing our highest truth, from seeing ourselves at our highest truth. And so when you feed the lion within you, this is exactly what we're doing. It's the encouragement to shift the perspective. Again, not looking at lack, but looking at your strengths. And like I said all last week, encouraging ourselves to, one, look at yourself as your own inner cheerleader your own inner soldier boy. If you ever seen him like on sort of like interviews and stuff like that, he's very like out there, right? And he knows himself. He has his own confidence, and there's no shame in that, because when you play small, you serve no one, honestly. And we're all here to break paradigms, break barriers and self-imposed or otherwise limitations, so that we can really shine bright. And I've been the past, 2 months now, working on my shamanic just studies. And one major lesson that came through this week was talking about how when we see ourselves as shining bright stars, right? Like these little beautiful lights here, or crystals, crystalline form. And when we do our morning rituals here, the shining star, a sun, does not hide themselves, and they don't dim their light and choose to hide their presence or their essence for one person and then go shine it bright for another. They're constantly always bright. They're a big fireball of energy, and they don't hide themselves. And this is exactly what Leo season, Leo new moon, tapping into this, and Leo season, of course, for the next couple days, right? It's like that we just allow ourselves to be, and also acknowledging the shadows, because in the shadows you get to see what is the diamond in the rough that's coming forth. Good morning there, goddess. And when I heard that, I have to kind of let myself sink into that message in itself. It's like I'm a big shining star, and if I were to just allow myself to be in every situation that I go forth and experience in my life, let me notice those moments, whether it's the mind level or physical sensation in the body level, that's wanting to hold me back from really being out there and just showing up. Even if it might be somebody right in front of me that might not get it, Soldier boy status is to not hide yourself, to not dim your light at all. And so how would that feel? What would that look like if you were to just show up this week and you're in this meet and the next 4 weeks as well as that big shining star and not dim yourself at all? What would you attract? What things could you experience if you were to just allow yourself to, be that big shining fireball, right? And I guess, yes, for me, when I go out in my experiences, just to share a little bit, there are moments, where I can't hide. I might be somebody with like bright blue, turquoise, green hair, and I'm really just shining. I'm always smiling, and I like to bring up this like energy of just like inner child play. And there are moments when I feel it in my body or in a mental thought that comes through that makes me feel like, something's coming up for me. I'm wanting to kind of hide and shy away, right? And so those are just little tidbits to be aware of for yourself. And if you were to feel the discomfort and push in a good way, past your own inner boundaries, where would that go? And so something else just to consider is, I was leading a class this past week, and they asked a question about their balance. And they asked, why do you think that might be? And I said, well, first we want to consider the whole totality of who we are. We have a physical body, physical vessel, and then you have the mental state body, right? Or the nervous system that sends the messages, and It helps connect the brain down to the rest of the muscles, the organs, right? The cells throughout your body, from the top of the head down towards the feet. And then you have that, what did I say? Skeletal, right? Skeletal muscular structure. And those are physical level sensations, but you also have your essence, your spirit. And when I just shared that bit of information, it was kind of like it opened up their world. They stopped pressuring themselves or seeing themselves from a state of defeatedness because they couldn't balance, or it was feeling a discomfort, a sensation was coming up. And so they said, oh, so if I just keep practicing, will things change for me? And I said, yes, just awareness is number one. If we're just aware, a shift could happen and occur. And so just a word of encouragement to be aware at what level of discomfort do you find that you're holding yourself back, not intentionally, but it can be subconsciously, right? And so for us all, if you're new here, we go into a beautiful crystalline morning ritual where we set our intention, our energies at the physical level, but also within, tuning into our spirit. And we set up our space energetically so that for the rest of the day, and then something that you can come back to towards the rest of the week, is to come back and practice this whenever you feel like you need an energetic cosmic tune-up. For the rest of the messages that come through for this week, just tune into the Instagram. I always tend to write what I feel is coming forth from my perspective out for the collective. And if you want to just take a moment to get yourselves comfortable, maybe getting yourself a bolster, a pillow so you can elevate your hips over the knees, and maybe a nice comfortable blanket. If you have any incense or essential oils, this is the time to do so. And of course, any crystals that you feel like you would like to work with is also great. And I feel I'll give us a couple of more minutes in the beginning to kind of allow the body to sink in and just relax. Because what I've been seeing around, I find perhaps it was a lot of energy has been coming up. And so it's just a great opportunity to give yourselves a permission to just sit, to just relax. To say, you know what, I'm just going to take a moment for myself this morning, right? And so when you're ready, just sit in the comfortable seated easy pose position. And, oh yes. Thank you. What we're going to do is to add a little bit of upper body movements at first. I did say this in the last video, yeah. Alright, so I invite you, this is going to be a slower energy moving practice right now, so I invite you to close your eyes and just allow yourself to feel guided, hearing the sound of my voice, and just begin to breathe in through the nose as you roll the shoulders back, nice and slow. Draw them up towards the ears and back and down away from the ears. And then just roll them forward, breathing out and breathing in. Whether or not you can hear the background music, no worries. Just begin to draw the right ear over to the right shoulder, allowing the upper body to go into stillness, and extending the left arm out to your side, fingertips to the earth, and right hand can remain still on the right knee. Taking a deep breath in, allowing yourself to feel the left side of the body, the neck, shoulder, the arm, and breathing out. Draw your chin closer to the right shoulder and just bring that chin back a little bit, seeing if you can feel that sensation on the back side of the left neck, the shoulder there. Breathing in from the crown of the head and breathing out all the way down towards the left fingertips, the left side of the body. And then on the next inhale, lift the head, the torso straight. Left hand on top of the left thigh. Right arm extends out, working on the opposite body. Left ear to left shoulder. Breathing in, feeling the right fingertips into the earth. Nodding just up and down, nice and slow. And then draw that chin over to the left shoulder and feel that stretch as you breathe in and breathe out. As you breathe in, your breath, hopefully you notice that it begins to form its own rhythm. And why we breathe up to the crown of the head, all the way down towards the right fingertips, the right side of the body, the right hips, sit bones rooted to the earth, is so that we can expand the breath, lengthen it. And inhale, come back to center, head neutral. And just begin to, we want to begin maybe with adding in a little bit spinal and core movements. So I like to tell my students, right fingertips over to the left oblique, left fingertip over, so cross oblique status, and feel yourself, feel your obliques, right? What we want to do is draw the belly button to the spine and just begin to circle the sternum, the chest forward and around, counterclockwise towards your left. Breathing in, closing the eyes, seeing if you can even feel your obliques. Nice and slow movements, and breathing out. And as you breathe out, send the energy down your sit bones to the earth. As you inhale, let the arms open up to the side. And inhale, rise the arms up overhead. Maybe interlacing, yeah, you can see, the fingers. Breathing in, drawing the shoulder blades back and down away from the ears, and exhaling, rounding through. A big bear hug in front, palms facing you, belly button the spine as you tuck the chin down. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the gaze. And exhale, rounding through, nice and slow, closing the eyes. And from here, just rock side to side through the core, through the obliques. Breathing in. And breathing out. Holding still at center. Inhale the arms up, gaze lift. And exhale if you can. Hands can go right behind you to the floor so the fingertips are facing towards you. And so because of where I'm at, it's going to look a certain way. And we're going to inhale, draw the chest forward, shoulders back and down, shoulder blades squeezing, gaze lift forward ahead. Breathing in, opening up the chest. And breathing out. Breathing in. And exhale, tuck the chin, coming back down to center. And just shaking out the heart. Maybe palms up, right? We kept working with Gyan Mudra last week, so patience, patience, patience. Thumb and pointing finger, and the rest of the fingers are extended. And just shake it out, elbows drawn in towards the ribs. And breathing out. And then allowing yourself to hinge forward and just tilting the shoulder in, alternating and out. Small little movements for this morning. And pretty soon we'll have a different space and environment. So more plays, more ways to play. And so just drawing ourselves back into a neutral spine and grounding ourselves, hands to our heart space. Take a moment to bow down, closing your eyes, drawing the thumbs to your third eye, breathing in through the nose, and open up the mouth and exhale as you draw the hands back to the heart. Feel the palms pressing together, breathing in. And as you exhale, feel the skin in between the hands. And breathing out. Taking another deep breath in, allowing ourselves to come into this full present moment. And breathing out. With your eyes closed, just allow your hands to lay on top of the knees, palms facing up, maybe in the Gyan Mudra if that is your preference for today. And set forth an intention for yourself. As you breathe in, send the breath to the crown of the head and envision a beautiful blue lily or blue lotus flower overhead. And exhale, shoulders back and down, and envision the beautiful, 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 the stem of that flower running down the spine. And it's a beautiful crystalline light rounding all the way through to your sit bones, down to the earth. And as you breathe in, envision this white light coming from underneath the sit bones, up towards the core, your belly, up towards your heart space, up the front side of the face, right? And all the way towards that crown of the head, once again. And as you cycle this breath, breathing out, sending it down the spine, you can envision a blue orb light. That's what I'm seeing this morning. And sending it down the spine, down your arms, down the sit bones, and recycling that breath, that light up the front side of the body, and just taking your time. As you allow yourself to, one, settle the body through stillness, through the breath, through anchor points, whether you're listening to the sound of my voice or the sound of your own breath, breathing in, breathing out, or the anchor point of your inner imagination. If you're a visual learner and you're seeing this blue orb light running through the body, just setting up your own space. Or again, another anchor is, can you hear the sounds outside your window? As you continue just to allow yourself to settle in, breathing in and breathing out. I hear the sounds of the summer bugs, right? It's like that little, like sort of static sound. And then allow the awareness to come from outside the window, returning back to the inside of where you are in your room. Outside and around you in your room, can you hear sort of stillness in the air? Or maybe you're hearing the fan or the AC running wherever you are. And then as you take your next breath, send the breath up to the crown of the head and about 3 to 4 inches up overhead, maybe going further 6 inches. And envision a bright, big ball of fire, the sun overhead. And exhale, breathing out. Maybe allowing yourself to hear your breath, and whether you choose to breathe open through the mouth as you exhale, or on the next exhale, you can close the lips and breathe out through the nose for deep cleansing breath. And going on to the next deeper layer from physical sensation. In stillness, just breathing to the crown of the head, to the sun, sending that energy down the spine once again. Envision the rays, almost the sun is showering you with beautiful crystalline stardust, light rays, however your imagination sees them. Running from the crown of the head all the way down the back side of the body, feeling your sit bones grounded. And then feeling that rainfall from the crown of the head down the front side of the body. And just envision that sun begins to spiral counterclockwise overhead, spin. And then it begins to form a vortex around you, spinning counterclockwise around you, maybe starting from the base of where you are, almost like you're in a beautiful whirlpool, right? Of crystalline white energy all around, working its way, spiraling around you, surrounding your body and your frame, returning to the crown of the head. And just giving yourself an extra moment, an extra 2 breaths just to feel through your inner imagination, your third eye, your energy body. When can you feel the spinning? Or maybe you can add it so you can feel it in your own body, just like we did in the beginning of the practice. Breathing in and breathing out. In a lot of spiritual practices and energy work, it's could you fully let go of what anchors you into that state of non-belief or disbelief, right? Let it all go and being fully present exactly where we are, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, right here. Can you fall into the space of trust and believe that what you're doing actually is, right? And that's where all healing work and miracles happens, because you believe. And so allow yourself just to take another round of breath. The rain shower or that waterfall spiraling around you is just cleansing you energetically. And then on the next breath, as you exhale, breathing out, just relaxing, just being. Envision yourself in a beautiful sphere of white light that really just emanated from within you. We were talking about this Leo new moon and Leo season, and we get this opportunity to play and shine unapologetically and show our authenticity. Like, who are we in this present moment? And allow yourself to envision yourself as your beautiful self, your shining bright light, a shining star, or that beautiful bright sun. And when we say shine bright, how do you see yourself? If you were to just be fully present and not hold yourself back, not hiding yourself away beneath the veil. My mentor says, that if you were to allow yourself to fully be in the physical moment, in your physical self, personality, experience, and also allow your higher self, your spirit self, right, to be fully present as well, without reservation, without holding back, especially right now in our practice of just feeling ourselves internally, energetically, spiritually. You're practicing how that feels of the embodiment of the light body, right? And so you can take that same sinking, the yoking of the physicality of you and the spiritual of you, because the spirit soul is within this vessel, within you. It is you, all one. And how would you unapologetically show up today and the rest of the week? And just allow yourself to, where there's images that come forth that lift your energy, your vibration up, something might come forth. But give yourself permission to see yourself in your light, right? And so breathing in, and if the mind has wandered, just breathe out, focusing on the breath, focusing on your inner light, this beautiful veil shining, emanating from within and out. And then on the next breath, envision a blue auric light just adding onto that layer around you. So this auric light is a blue light of confidence. And so everything that you speak out and you see from your perspective, it is from your perspective, not from someone else's or the energies around you. You're setting your space energetically. I like to call it the cosmic egg. And just breathing out. And on the next layer, adding on the indigo ray that we work with. It's a beautiful indigo fire just emanating from underneath, adding in the third, fourth layer, and all the way from the front side of the body, running from behind and up to the crown of the head where they both meet, and from the left and towards your right, coming up. We're just transforming any beliefs, any thoughts, any energies that might have been carried from yesterday, from the past week. We're transmuting it into the highest truth so that we may understand it for growth from the higher perspective. And then as you breathe out, just know that your sacred space is set, and any vibrations or thoughts that are not in alignment to your truth and what your morals and your values are and what your wants, right, from the highest place, are going to be, one, not let in, and then two, it's going to be transmuted so that you could see what it is, what lesson that you need to learn. And on the next breath, take a deep inhale in through the nose. Smile. As you exhale, breathe out. And then honoring this beautiful Leo's sign within us all, rubbing the palms together, generating heat, 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 fire, 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 warmth. And just drawing the hands over the eyes for a moment. Breathing in and breathing out. And then drawing the hands down to your heart center, thumbs at your heart in Anjali Mudra, breathing in and bowing down. And exhale, open up the mouth and breathe out. Adding in your tongue as you breathe out on the next breath. Take a deep breath in. And open up, stick out the tongue. Beautiful fire energy. And as we close out together in our Sat Nam, that means truth is my name and truth is your name. I honor and see the light in you as I honor and see the light within me. And so it's spelled S-A-T space N-A-M. And if you want to join me, use your vibration, your throat chakra to chant this out in your private space, right? Or outside, wherever you are. Taking a deep breath in and pausing at the top. And exhale. Sat Nam. Bowing down to yourselves, deep cleansing breath in. Thumbs to your third eye. And exhaling down. Hands to your heart. Breathing in. And breathing out. Before you add any movement, just feel your hands once again, the skin in between the palms and fingertips. Maybe feel your heart beat. Then remember, respond to the world from your own inner truth, your own inner reality, star one, star bright. And then allow your awareness to go out and expand towards the environment in your room, the sounds here. And then see if you can throw the awareness out to the sounds outside the window. As you hold your space confidently and secure today and for the rest of the week, as you come back, slowly open the eyes if you haven't already done so. And thank you so much. I'd love to hear how this practice was for you, what messages resonated, and how was it with an extra couple minutes to settle down the body? I'm looking forward to share more movements, yoga, breathing to set ourselves up to really feel that space, and setting up our energetic boundaries for the rest of the week, right? For cosmic messages, just tune into Instagram, the posts that I put through, and pretty soon I will have some more announcements. But if there aren't any questions for today, and we might do a live this week, I'll let you guys know. And thank you so much for being present, whether it's at the live or recording. I pray this message has found you well, and may you have a blessed week. Sat Nam.